Dr. Billinghurst, this may be my favorite question, and it's phrased beautifully or asked beautifully. There's a genius in this asking of this question. What is gut health exactly? I've got my opinion. Why don't you go first? I've
Rob,
got my facts.
what is gut health? Well, if you've got gut health, you've got entire body health. So what produces gut health? Well, it's very simple. It's the right diet. End of story.
Yeah.
And that diet includes vitally all the things. Let's talk about a dog now. If you've got a dog and you're feeding raw whole foods, balanced to mimic evolutionary balance, I'm not going to go into that now. I talk about that elsewhere. And that dog has freedom to go out and eat soil, chew on grass, sniff other dogs' butts, eat poo,
Water.
drink water. Well, yes,
Yeah.
mineral
Jump in a
water
stream.
that's naturally flowing in a healthy stream, all of
Yep.
those things, that's going to produce a healthy gut where the terrain, the gut, is absolutely balanced in a way that produces health.
Yeah.
Now this is what we're trying to produce today when so-called natural. I think it's a bad word because I think it's been wrecked because a lot of people natural is simply what evolution has determined that our dogs need. And this is what we're talking about here.
Yep.
When all those things come together, that environment that's persisted over evolutionary time, the dogs naturally go into and associate with, whether it's the mountain stream, whether it's the soil, whether it's the healthy plants, whether it's other dogs' butts, whatever, whether it's the poo from herbivores, all of those things. Now, obviously, we cannot. People live. Let's take a person living in a high-rise apartment who can only take their dog out for walks on pavement. We got to try and duplicate all of that as much as possible. And part of that is a whole raw food diet, and part of that is products like Gussy's Gut. So I'm going to hand you back over to Rob now, who will talk about it in a Rob unique way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, this is maybe one of my favorite topics too, because really it's like, why do we exist? Why, and I mean the company Gussy's Gut, and what is it we're all attempting to do when we talk about microbiome or gut health? The answer to gut health is not in the bottle, is not in a bottle of a, probiotic. What was really great is for a couple decades, we were educated and frankly propagandized and sold that the answer to gut health is in just simply probiotics. But I want to throw some things out to people that's going to maybe blow their mind. But I want them to understand this because once you understand it, once you hear it, it's pretty simple to really get. So we currently know that dogs, let's focus on dogs, have, and this is as best as we can study it, and keep in mind that instrumentation, scientific devices, science in general is a little limited in the world of microbiome. So what it's able to identify in terms of species and variety and subspecies of microbiome. So good microbes and bad. So what we know currently is dogs have 500, we think they have millions, but we can say that they have 500 species and 1,000 subspecies of those species. That's a lot. But even just if you believe it's just that and not millions, if you just believe it's 500 and 1,000, you can quickly just go to your store, go to your vet, go to look at any dog or human supplement. There is nowhere near this the species and the subspecies variety that you can get from pills and powders. Nowhere near, not even close. Like a single digit fraction of those that count. Now, you must ask yourself, what is the goal? The goal is two things of gut health. It's to have a good, diverse set of microbes. That's really, there's no one set. So as somebody like Dr. Billinghurst that lives in the New South Wales area of Australia has a very different microbiome than I do in Colorado. So I would even go so far as to say my dog in Colorado has a very different microbiome than the dog 2 blocks away from me, even a block away from me. Okay. So we're talking very different, diverse microbiomes according to where you live and lifestyle and all of that. So it gets complicated, very crazy. So let's come back to simplicity. If you have 500 and 1,000 subspecies, it's the answer you can quickly see is it's not available in the answer in the bottom of a pill bottle or in a powder bottle. There's a good reason for that, and I won't go too far into this. It's impossible to make all of the strains because a lot of them are really sensitive. They're not made under pressure. If they're exposed to air, they die really fast. Some die really fast under any exposure to heat. So they're not easy to manufacture. A company can't actually make them. And most of what we're taking in terms of probiotics and pills and powders, and this goes for our pets too, they're made on the backs of milk protein in huge 25, 50, 75,000 liter vats, stainless steel vats, but they're made on milk protein. That's how they multiply. So you're looking at probiotic strains that only exist if under the conditions of manufacturing and under the conditions of growing on the medium, the milk protein, let's say, in this case. So those are, I like to call those synthetic biologics because they're biological, they are living and they're alive, but synthetically made in a laboratory. Now, fermented vegetables that are offered, whether you make them at home or you buy them at Gussy's Gut, those are made naturally through millions of years of evolution, but thousands of years actual human fermentation has existed. So that's what we do. We don't do anything clever and overly complicated in science. We're bringing a very good quality, clean, natural product using very natural methods to ferment. We're bringing it into very accessible and easy to administer, to give to your pet every single day form. That's all we're doing here. So gut diversity is really important. So that means a blend of diverse microbes. And then the second thing that I just need to offer is gut health is also terrain health. So the gut terrain is the lining, and we can get, this can be a 30-minute conversation in of itself. I'll keep it simple. If your gut lining does not welcome and keep good microbes, they're all they are is transient. So they'll be pooped out the other end, that you'll eat them or your dog will eat them, and they go out right out the poop, and there's no real long-lasting benefit. That's natural. It happens. Really what you want to do is you want them to be welcomed by your gut and to stay and live and then fight and keep away the pathogens, the bad bacteria. So that when your dog's out in a stagnant, nasty pond that you're not looking and they drink a little bit of it or whatever, your dog's able to have a resilient immune system and microbes that say, nope, get out, go out the other end. And so it'll make those pathogens flow through your dog as opposed to staying and then causing some sort of illness or, God forbid, disease. So what we're really talking about is diversity and gut terrain. And that's what we're trying to do here, is really help. What our product, I think, does the best is help with diversity, tight junctions, good integrity of the gut, so that when good microbes come from the dirt on your dog's ball that they put in their mouth, or running through bushes, or playing in a stream, just even breathing the air, we're talking hundreds of billions of species of pathogens that microbes that we come in contact with, and your dog gets to benefit from all that. So nature is the true diversifier of the gut microbe, the microbiome. You're not really going to find that even in all your food sources. You couldn't eat enough, and it's certainly not going to come from a bottle of pills or powder. So, do you think I broke that down fairly decently enough, Dr. B?
I think you did. I think people have got the idea that healthy gut is welcoming to the bacteria it needs, and this is through diet and really brilliant fermented products as part of that diet. Simple.
Yeah, it's really simple. If you want to nerd out on it, you can just take some of the sliver of what I talked about, and you can go down and do some deep dives, some chat GPT if you'd like, but it really is fairly simple, and we've tried to make it really simple. And it comes in the form of our multi-vegetable, multiple plant-based powder, and you add it to a really good diet. And so that's gut health. All right. Thanks for that question, everybody.